magnetic. He was interested in every person in that room. He wanted to hear about them, hear their story. He wanted to help them. He was just one of those people that folks tend to gravitate towards.
Outgoing, he loved to talk to people, talked his mind, and always would put himself in front of others. We got to help those who cannot help themselves.
Greg could walk into a room and just take up all the oxygen. His personality was that big. He was competitive, he was fierce, sometimes arrogant, but he was definitely all Greg.
He spoke his mind in a way where he didn't have a filter at some times. Wanted you to know the truth. Easier for him to tell the truth than to lie to you.
Greg started as an attorney at Legal Aid and very quickly became executive director. But that didn't mean he didn't practice law throughout the time that he was at Legal Aid. And a lot of the legal strategies the Legal Aid Society used were ones that Greg was involved with.
We started off as a very low-level legal services program. I mean, there wasn't a lot of respect until Greg came in and took over. But by the time he finished, we were probably one of the best legal services programs in the country because he would not allow anyone to be better than we were. The services we provided, the staff that we maintained, the fight every year for funding, Greg refused to be defeated.
He was always a giving man. We never wanted for anything. Made sure we had something to eat all the time, had clothes on our back, food on the table. Would come home late at night, 9, 10 o'clock at night, in a suit and having to help us with our homework and then cook dinner, put us to bed, get up in the morning and do it all again.
It was a program for services that would reach throughout all of San Diego County. It didn't matter what it was, housing, immigration, family law, whatever people needed. He made sure that the funding, and I'm talking funding, was really tight. We had to fight every year for every single dime we got.
He was the chief executive officer for many years. He was on the board. He was a criminal lawyer in the very beginning, helped people become citizens. He helped with housing rights. The low-income community, if they could not get insurance, he wanted to make sure that they could.
One of Greg's big visionary initiatives was the Center for Health Education and Advocacy, helping establish in California the Health Consumer Alliance, where we now have an expert organization to help the clientele of legal aid access healthcare.
He was smart enough to hire the best attorneys, the best paralegals, the best support staff, and he allowed people to be who they were. It wasn't about micromanaging. He'd give you an assignment. It's on you how you get it done. And that's one of the things that I really liked about him was that if he said, okay, this is on you, you had to step up to the plate and there were no excuses.
Being inducted into the Distinguished Lawyer Memorial is one of the proudest moments, I'm sure. If he was still alive, he would probably go down there probably once, twice a month just to look at it. It means a lot to the family. People will always remember him for his actions.
He wanted to share his wisdom and his insight and his passion for the work that Legal Aid does, and that passion was infectious. Greg would absolutely love to know that he was being inducted into the Distinguished Lawyer Memorial. He would appreciate the accolade and the recognition that the work he did at Legal Aid was valued and respected and appreciated